So you want to play... Well, get used to seeing the world like this. Basically, Outlast Trials is a hardcore Saw-like hide-and-seek with your mates, where you can either help them or outrun them. If you live under a rock when it comes to horror games, Outlast is known for somewhat reinvigorating the horror genre. The first one basically took walking simulators and turned them into pant-destroying simulators. And the second one made every man fear going near pickaxes. In the first two entries of Outlast, you generally experience the entire world via the viewfinder of a camcorder, either normally or in the sickly green glow of night vision. They always gave me the feeling of a rickety, jump-scare-ridden, sweat-soaked roller coaster where the shoulder holster's just a little bit too loose to be comfortable. And the biggest thing when it came to the fear in these games was the fact that you couldn't fight back. You could only run and hide like the little bitch you are. Well, the Outlast Trials doubles down on everything that's come before it and adds the delightful fun of multiplayer to the mix. Because why shit your pants in terror alone when you can do it with strangers on the internet? When you boot up the Outlast Trials for the first time, you'll get a quick glimpse of reliving your glory days as a homeless bum before signing your soul away in hopes of greener pastures, only to end up in the Murkoff Corporation's blood-splattered basement getting some second-hand body mods. But let's be honest, it's not the first time you've hung out in a dude's basement for a quick bit of cash. After which you get the lightest character customization that I've ever seen. However, it is a welcome sight no matter how thin on the ground. You're then shoved into the tutorial, which has a lovely Disney on meth vibe, as you clamber over, through and around the indoctrination maze. All the while you're watched by shadowy scientists, at least I think they're scientists, and they have clipboards, so. The tutorial starts strong, setting the overall atmosphere and vibe, while also giving you a good understanding of the basic gameplay loop. Lots of tasty set pieces, places to hide, and your local rehab dropouts to keep you company. You'll also meet one of the big bads you'll be getting close and personal with in the future, Gooseberry. Eventually, you'll destroy your public and private files, effectively deleting you from humanity, and you'll be fully indoctrinated into the Murkoff Trials. After the tutorial, you'll find yourself in the sleep room, and this is where the true game begins. The sleep room is dope. The Murkoff company have given you your own room, and you can customize the shit out of it with all sorts of random junk. This includes the wallpaper and the carpet, so you can get rid of the bloodstains. You'll also get to recustomize your character using the mirror in this room, and as you complete trials and level up, you'll get more options to use. In this area, you'll also find other players milling about. I was lucky enough to run into Elias and Miss Mika, and we got down to some good old arm wrestling.
You're in control.
Oh!
Yes.
Hey, it was a close fight, Elias. I'll get you next time, buddy. There's also a couple of NPCs you can chat with in this area, but spoilers, duh. Now, before we jump into our first trial, it is time to talk about rigs. You get to pick one of 4, and as you progress through the game, you can level up and unlock certain things that they'll do. After your first trial, you get to pick one of the 4 options, but as you progress, you'll be able to unlock all of them eventually and upgrade them to max. Each one of them provides a special ability, such as stun, blind, heal, and x-ray. Stun allows you to yeet a stun grenade full force at an enemy. Blind allows you to put down a mine that after a few seconds arms, and the next person that steps on it will be turned into a bootleg version of Stevie Wonder. Health allows you to heal others within a certain radius for those of you who like to help other players. An X-ray does what it says on the tin. You can now see through walls. Congratulations, you pervy motherfuckers. Onto the trials. You can now play with up to 4 other people, either your friends or a bunch of randoms. You get to pick quads, trios, and duos, and you can run solo, but honestly, I wouldn't recommend it. This game has elements that are built for multiplayer, and that's when it really starts to shine. Once the trial begins, you'll enter the metro, and you'll be shown some images that, quite frankly, I can't show on YouTube. But it's definitely a unique form of loading screen, so I'll give them that. And so the game begins. The gameplay loop generally consists of around 4 stages in which you have to do tasks to progress. They tend to be searching for something or moving something heavy, pretty standard things. It's nothing mind-blowing, but it is varied enough to keep you interested from round to round. In this one, you'll need to enter security, find the snitch, move him through the lock gates, and fry the poor bastard so hard you'll make the colonel proud. It sounds pretty straightforward, but there are a few spanners thrown in the works, such as a power outage, and the fact all the keys are hidden elbow deep in other inmates. Because of the hide-and-seek nature of the trials and the fact it's completely random where these items are placed, sometimes the rounds can be over in minutes, sometimes it takes a little longer. Throughout the trials, you'll get resources to help you, such as batteries to recharge your night vision, adrenaline that gives you a quick speed boost, and antidotes to regain your sanity. Throughout the levels, you'll also be pursued by a number of different enemies, such as the cop and this dude. Yes, that's his penis. But also enemies like the doppelganger that mimic other players. You'll have to look for discrepancies in their username, which I love, by the way, and has caught me way too many times. You've got your generic crazies and the gas man. Let me put it this way. He's not here to fix your boiler. If any of them spot you, you'll need to run and duck, dodge, dip, dive, and dodge into the nearest hiding spot until they've got bored and wandered off. Complete all the tasks without turning into another corpse decorating the scenery, and then sprint like the athlete you are to the exit before it leaves without you. After all this, you'll get a rating and an endorphin hit of XP and unlocks before doing it all over again, baby. There are four trials in total set into different tasks. Only one will be unlocked when you begin, but you'll unlock more as you progress. Once you finish them all, the fourth one unlocks. What's in there? Spoilers. And there is a marking saying Season 1, so I expect these to change from season to season. And that, my friends, is Outlast Trials. Have you played it? Did you survive? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to give the like button a little tickle, and if this video helped you out or answered some questions, slap the shit out of that subscribe button. Appreciate it. See you next time.
I've been drinking Kool-Aid cameras like I did when I was 9, 'cause I like to pretend that I haven't lost the time. In the end, the nostalgia, though it tastes fine, I can only drink a couple 'cause it feels like a lie.